Hello, my name is Scott for SBGaming and welcome back to Transport Fever Sandbox Edition. And in the last episode we got a few lines set up. I think it's hard to remember exactly, but we did ramp up the number of trucks on this line over here, I think it was. Yeah, bring in the grain down here. It looks like this thing it's been upgraded, but its production is kind of lagging behind. We have, where's the train? Where is the train? We have the train that is hauling this year. It's hauling 14 livestock. It is right about here. So it has picked up, and that is good. Although, with that said, do we have any... We have to have more demand than that. What does this say? 277 potential. There's only 45 potential for livestock. This thing is showing 29 potential for livestock. Interesting. All right about that. And there is 277 demand for food. So one thing I might want to do is I have increased the frequency of my lines. This is bringing grain, yeah. What I should do, we're just going to actually shift this over to the plastics and livestock line to balance those a little bit better. 92 seconds, 52 seconds. Yeah, we don't need as many trucks on that line. We are just going to Ventura grain, sell that one off. Yep, about that. What is happening here? Well, we got planks and that. This is producing 66 of 100. Yeah, that's slowly getting going. There is product waiting, and over here we got one plank. This is going to upgrade in 5 months, so it has stuff in stock. It has demand. This is seeing currently 315 demand for goods, although it's not seeing as much demand for product. There is 23 waiting here. This is at 84 of 100. What I'm going to do, we are going to buy another Freightliner Cascadia for the Denver forestry line. And let's just ride this. We have a few more lines potentially set up, although right now, yeah, I probably could get those rolling, but for now, I just want to ride this line. We do have a potential new steel line and machines and tools, so that is something. But we will get to it in a moment. We have a tunnel here. Pops out and then immediately goes back in. We're at 160 kilometers an hour. Of course, we're not hauling too many wagons. So off screen, what I ended up doing is I connected up this line here. I had a spur running from over here down to about here for a long time, ever since I really pushed west. And I never really got it connected up since we hadn't really been doing anything over in this side of the map. Now it is connected, and we also have this spur that goes under this newly created bridge, and yeah, these relatively steep cliffs that the game makes. The game had no problem putting this through, and in fact, the bridge got put in after this was in. So yeah, that was somewhat impressive. So we have this here. Yep, okay. We have this machine factory, which will be taking steel from over here, because what we will be doing, we have a coal line, not yet set up, but we might as well get some trucks on the road. We are going to buy road vehicles. We are going to need one Freightliner Cascadia to RF Denver coal. That will get that kicked off. We have a train line, although no train. We're going to buy AGE P42 DC. We're going to throw some gondolas on, and we are going to set this to line 2. Line 2, which has no vehicle, so there's now a vehicle. This is going to be TF. Wait a minute, don't I have? Or did I not save it? TF Denver coal. So this basically goes from here over to there. So now we'll have 2 trains running on this section here. And so we are going to want, of course, a train going from here up to there. So we might as well buy another depot. And we are going to just throw it there. We'll buy one of these. We are going to buy a couple gondolas. And we are going to set this to Ontario, coal and iron. So that will get coal from here onto the train over here up to here. And then for our iron, we are going to be utilizing this through this stretch. This is already connected, so this will multi-purpose. We are going to Freightliner Cascadia, and we are going to apparently line 1. Awesome. This is going to be RF Santa Clarita iron ore. And I still need to set up the Cedar Rapids to Ventura bus line, which I may do in the future. So yeah, iron ore will go from here over to here. The trucks will just do that. And then the trucks going from here over to here will bring iron ore over to here, as well as food. I decided not to run a second line from here to here, just because I wanted this line to be as short as possible, because it was just delivering one way. Although with that said, grain coming in here and then iron ore and food going out there, it's going to be a little bit imbalanced, so half of one, half of the other. So yeah, about that. So we have a train running up to there that will bring coal and iron over to here, which means that we need a truck on this line here, which will take the coal and iron up to steel and slag. Is that it? No, it's not. Where is the steel and slag line? Oh, that's right. That's that line. Anyway, we are going to switch this over to the Cedar Rapids Steel and Tools Transfer. So that will go from there to there, which means in a couple months, this coal mine and this iron ore mine will see a source of for their products. This will see, of course, tools, and because do I have a truck on this line? No, I don't. So we might as well buy another one. I'll just buy it here. It'll take a few months for this to get rolling, so it doesn't really matter where I buy it from. And we are going to set this to the Cedar Rapids Steel and Slag line. So that will be bringing tools and yeah, Yeah, tools and machines produced here. Over to here, we could also set up a box line bringing tools and machines in that direction. But we might not. So right now, we have that rolling into there. And what do we have for zones? Mostly commercial. Some industrial. Alright, so what I would like to do then, we are going to add a truck station. And that's the... We have that coverage there. We are going to want $0.6 million. Sure. And there we go. So that will provide that coverage. And we just need an RF line for that. Yep. There, up to there. It's going to be RF Cedar Rapids. RT1. And this is going to be that color. Steel and slag. And we are going to need a bus. Or no, not bus. Freightliner. Cedar Rapids RT1. Now, I might as well... Do I have the actual line set up? Cedar Rapids to Ventura. No, I don't. So... we're going to connect from there over to here. And now we are going to buy road vehicles. The Wright streetcar from 2008. Don't think I have any of these on our lines. I just have the new flyer, which is available from 1990. So 100 kilometers an hour, 15 to 28, 26 passengers. All right. All my local routes are running these trams. And I have the Skoda 10T, 25 passengers, 70 kilometers an hour. Well, I might just have to do some upgrades then. Yep, alright, about that. So yeah, we are going to buy Wright streetcar. And we're going to put it on the Cedar Rapids to Ventura line. And this is going to Cedar Rapids Exchange. It'll take some time for, of course, to get this rolling. I think I've used this in my Truck Fever series. interesting. Be curious where they operate out of, because I've never seen those kind of buses. How are we doing over here? We got 3 and 1. We are still at 156 production, limited 200. This is going to upgrade in 6 months. And apparently there is livestock going on the Ventura Plastics line. Really? That is very inefficient. Why is there livestock going on that line? From there to there to there, over to here. Really? It's trying to make its way over here. Why? Just go here, take the boxcar. All right about that. Now, with that said, so this should kick off production of steel. And because we have tools, because we have demand, we should be able to get this rolling. We just have to supply plastics. Now, with that said, no, we are not bringing plastics that way. We could bring plastics from here up to Cedar Rapids, up this way, up this way. That is a possibility. Do I have any lines coming in here? Just this one here. And actually, this, because it's demanding plastics, what line is this? Waco, Cedar Rapids. This comes over to Riverside Freight, over to here. Okay, well, how about that? We don't have to do anything because plastics from over on this side of the map will get routed over this way, inevitably. So, about that. Now, with that said, we could definitely use more plastics coming over here, so we are going to set up a line anyway. But we don't actually have to worry about there being demand for plastics. Over to here. We are going to lower Ventura. We want this to go into platform 4. And this one is going to be TFM Cedar Rapids to Ventura. We are going to change this color to that. And we are going to, can I bring, probably should just put this over here. Let's just bring this out. Depot. We're going to double slip. And we are going to buy a GE P42 DC. And we are going to run 2, 3, 4 until, of course, it gets ramped up. We do not need a full length train. So what that should do, of course, is give this plastics factory, which is going to upgrade in 6 months, the incentive to send plastics back up that way, because the plastics will make its way back this direction. And we don't have any passengers. With that said, we do have 30 waiting here. We only have one bus, which is right now, where is it going? It is going to McKinney Central. Or no, it's going to McKinney Central right now. So we are going to buy a couple New Flyer D40s on the McKinney to Cedar Rapids. You please come back this way. One thing I really should do is check all my passenger lines, especially the newer ones I set up, because we have 45 people waiting here. There's one coming in. Buy road vehicles. Let's buy 2 more for the Denver to Ventura line. I want you to come back because we have passengers to pick up. Over here we have 25. Let's buy another New Flyer D40 and we are going to set it to the Denver. Over here we have 41 people and that bus has left. We have 3 buses. So we are going to buy 2 New Flyers, Ontario to Denver. And this one is going to turn. Yep. Switch it around. And over here we have 50 people. And we have 1 dropped off. How many vehicles? There are 4 vehicles. So what we want to do, might as well buy another one with a 27. And we have a handful of people that want to travel. No one waiting here. We have $668 million. Lost a few dollars there because of the end of the month, I think. We are running 27 million construction costs. New vehicles, 65 million. So we're making a profit. 19 million in sold vehicles. In 2016, we don't have much in construction costs. 15 million in new vehicles. We have running costs 283. Kind of losing a little bit of money. Now over here, let's just add this. We're going to go to Phoenix to Memphis, Ontario to Memphis. And why are you going that way? Same with you. No. And we have 10 people and 14 people. Fortunately, that will increase the frequencies, which will mean that more people will want to travel. 8 into the 21B. Buy road vehicles. Let's buy 1 more for the 8 and 1 more for the 21B. And they should both be going to Phoenix Central. Phoenix Central and Phoenix Central. Alright, about that. So we have a lot of people Phoenix to Henderson. Buy road vehicles. We are going to buy a couple new flyers for the number 9. Let's buy one for the 26 and another for the 24. That's the Phoenix train station. Okay, that one's fine. This one, Henderson Central. Phoenix train station. Phoenix train station. Phoenix train station. And we have a fair bit of passengers. Not as many as we used to. Of course, with that said, we have ramped up the capacity on our various lines. If we take a look at our most productive lines, the Santa Clarita to Waco line is running 23.8 profit. Tampa to Cedar Rapids is 17.4 million in profit. Really? Interesting. How are we doing? Finances? Well, we've been making a little bit of profit. Not that bad. Nice. Toledo to Simi Valley. How's that doing? Oh, that's all profit all the way. Norfolk Conmat. Look at that. Indeed. This is one of our original lines. The Henderson to Cape Coral. We had a little bit of losing money, possibly because our trains crapped out on us. Well, it looks like it's recovered. It's kind of treading water. We have about 2/3 capacity. This one's almost at capacity. Cape Coral food, 8 million. Plums food, 8 million there. 7 or 6.5 million for our Chula Vista food. It's a 13-second frequency. Simi Valley food. Nice. Yeah, those lines are definitely making me a lot of money. Now, if we switch to the... we have an airline that's losing us money. That's not surprising. Cape Coral Logs and Steel. Something's happening here. Yeah. Alright, what's going on? What is going on? You are waiting here for a free path because this train is waiting for a free path. This one's waiting for a free path. This one is waiting back here because there is no signal up here. This one is waiting for a free path. And we have what are you doing? You are waiting for a free path. Alright, well, I might as well put in a few more signals here. That would definitely help. You What line are you supposed to... Why? Why are you on the wrong track? How did you get on the wrong track? Why do my trains keep doing this? Oh, seriously? Really? No, don't do this. Don't do this. Waypoint 11. Seriously? Let's get rid of that. Force it into that lane. What are you doing? Go! This is irritating me. If it had gone on the appropriate lane, and there's absolutely no reason that the train should have taken this route, maybe somewhere, I don't know where, I was doing work and it flipped around, and that would be why, but I wasn't doing any work over here. This is bothering me. Unless it decided just to ignore the line and decide to go this way on this line. Which is why it got over on that side of the... Even then it should have, but for some reason it wasn't. So yeah, if that line hasn't been working for a couple years, that would explain why it's losing me money. So now this one is moving, that one's going to be moving, and I know that my network is set up to have these kind of issues, but if the trains were going where they were supposed to go, there wouldn't be an issue. There wouldn't be an issue. If they went on the proper path, that wouldn't be an issue. That line would be making money. That line wouldn't be backing up goods, causing... And the problem with that one in particular, it's taking logs to here for the goods. Which means that if this is not getting the goods it needs, it's going to shut down. Because yeah, its production is 22. Raise production. Well, apparently it has some, but yeah, about that. Or wait a minute. No, it's taking them to here. It has a limit of 400, only production of 110. So yeah, if those have been stalled for the last however many years. Anyway, we are going to come back here because that is a little bit depressing. Time and again. I don't know. Should I completely restructure my network so that all lines are segregated on their own tracks? Because, you know, using a set of common tracks, dedicating, what you need to do is you need to dedicate specific lines to specific platforms, and then have like through traffic platforms or bypasses to allow traffic to flow properly Most people, because track is relatively cheap to purchase, most people just will set up dedicated lines. With how I have things set up, trains can pretty much go from one side of the map to the other if they want to. Like, there's absolutely no reason why a freight train can't go from over here to over on the other side of the map, because if we were to follow things, actually we know what's going to happen. From here, we can take this up to here, which then can take this, and since we know there's a Cedar Rapids to Waco line, it can take this and go through this way. It can go this way. It can follow up here. It can go that way if it wants to. It can't go up that way. It can go all the way up to Cape Coral or, yeah, Waco. I have an internet-connected network with lines going from specific stations. But every time I play, I've heard that the game does recalculate things when you load the game up for the first time again. So that could be happening. That could very well be happening. And it looks like we have iron ore here. We have 10 iron ore on this truck. That is nice to see. We have food. So those are rolling. Do we have anything here? No, we don't. Although we do have 233 and 299 potential for machines and tools. We have some potential for plastics. And yeah, about that. So things are looking up. I'm just going to have to check every couple of years to see if some of my trains are losing me money, which of course results in issues. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to take a break here, in keeping, of course, with trying to keep the episodes a little bit shorter than they have been in the past. You can just keep playing and playing and playing, and yeah, about that. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever Sandbox Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SBGaming, and as always, have a good day.